All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to sink our teeth into the, honestly, incredible story behind a treat that seems so simple, the donut.
So, think about it. How does a humble ring of fried dough go on this epic journey through history? We're talking centuries, the front lines of war, incredible inventions, and somehow it ends up as this massive American cultural icon. Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack.
Okay, first up, humble beginnings. And our story here, it starts way before you'd probably guess. We're talking mysterious ancient origins and, a legendary tale, maybe a tall tale, of an invention out on the high seas.
So the Doughnuts path? It is a long one, for sure. I mean, archaeologists have actually found fossilized bits of stuff that looks a lot like donuts in ancient Native American settlements. But the version we'd really recognize today, that story starts in the 1600s with Dutch settlers, and then it gets a serious flavor upgrade from, of all people, a New England sea captain's mom.
Yeah, so that first version that landed in America, it had, let's just say, a less than appetizing name. It was called the olykoek, which literally translates to oily cake. Appetizing, right? It was basically just a ball of sweet dough fried in oil. Simple, but hey, it worked.
But here's where the story gets really good. It was Elizabeth Gregory's son, a sea captain named Hanson Gregory, who claimed he made the crucial innovation. The story goes that he took the top of a tin pepper box, punched out the center, and created what he dramatically called the first donut hole ever seen by mortal eyes.
Okay, so Captain Gregory's story is the famous one, right? But of course, there are other theories about why the hole exists. Some people, the cynics, say it was just a way to save on ingredients. Others think it was to help with digestion, or, and this makes a lot of sense, to finally solve that problem of the gooey, undercooked center. But my personal favorite theory has to be the one where he speared a donut on his ship's wheel so he could steer during a storm. I mean, how cool is that?
Next up, a wartime hero. So, the donut now has its signature hole, but this is where it goes from being just a pastry to an American legend. Its status was truly forged in fire, becoming this incredible symbol of comfort and home when the country needed it most.
You see, during World War I, these amazing female volunteers, who became known as the Doughnut Lassies, they fried out millions of donuts for homesick American soldiers, the doughboys, right there in the trenches of France. And they were doing this in makeshift huts, sometimes under the threat of attack. It was the simple taste of home that created a craving an entire generation of soldiers brought back with them after the war.
And it wasn't just World War I. Think about the Great Depression. The donut was the super affordable treat, costing less than a nickel, that everyone could have. Then, in World War II, the Red Cross Doughnut Dollies were out there doing it all over again. Time and time again, this simple pastry gave a huge boost to American morale. It just goes to show you, right? When things are really tough, a small, tangible reminder of home can make a massive difference.
And that whole spirit of optimism was perfectly captured in this popular motto from the Depression. People would actually get this on a little slip of paper with their donut. It was this optimistic can-do philosophy literally baked right into the treat.
All right, our next chapter, the donut goes automatic. So you've got this new national craving for a taste of home, right? And people want affordable comforts. Well, that combination perfectly set the stage for the donut's next giant leap, from the kitchen to the assembly line.
So let me introduce you to Adolf Levitt. He was a refugee from Tsarist Russia, and by 1920, his New York bakery was so incredibly popular that the theater crowds were just overwhelming. He had to innovate, and his solution? It was a game changer. He invented the world's very first automated donut machine.
And this thing, it wasn't just a machine. It was a public spectacle. It was pure magic. You'd have kids and adults just glued to the glass windows, completely mesmerized. It was like something out of Willy Wonka. You'd see these perfect little rings of dough drop into the hot oil, float along, get flipped by a tiny metal arm, and then pop out perfectly golden on a conveyor belt. It was incredible.
I mean, the whole process was so hypnotic that in 1931, the New Yorker magazine wrote about how the donuts would float dreamily and tumble dreamily. See, this wasn't just about making food faster. This was entertainment. It was a symbol of the future, of progress, of automation.
And let's be clear, Levitt's invention wasn't just a cool spectacle. It was a massive commercial success. By the 1930s, his donut machine business was pulling in $25 million a year. To put that in perspective for you, that's like making over $500 million today. Just wow.
So let's recap.
The donut is a wartime hero and a technological marvel. What's left? Well, the final step, an American icon. This is where it cements its legacy, grows into a billion-dollar industry, and officially becomes a piece of American history.
The mid-20th century is when we see the birth of the two big titans of the donut world. First, in 1937, you've got Vernon Rudolph starting Krispy Kreme down in North Carolina, all based on a secret recipe. And we all know that famous "Hot Now" sign. Then, in 1950, William Rosenberg opens the very first Dunkin' Donuts up in Massachusetts, and that brand would just explode globally. These two companies really took the donut to the entire nation and then to the rest of the world.
So just how big are we talking? Get this, today around 10 billion donuts are made in the United States every single year. That number is just staggering, and it really shows you how deeply ingrained the donut is in American life.
And what's really interesting is that while a huge brand like Krispy Kreme is iconic, making over 1 billion of those donuts every year, they're still just one piece of this giant, diverse donut universe here in America.
And if you need any more proof that the donut made it, well, here it is. The journey from simple food to a certified piece of American heritage became official when an early donut machine, the Ring King Jr. from Krispy Kreme, was donated to the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History. I mean, it's in the Smithsonian. It doesn't get much more official than that.
So, is the donut just a snack, or is it something more? What all this really means is that the next time you pick up a donut, remember, you're not just looking at a snack. You're holding a story of immigration, of wartime comfort, of incredible innovation, and of culture, all packed into one perfect golden ring. It's a true artifact of American history that you can actually eat.